Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. I have two blended Irish whiskies with no age statement and coming in at 40% alcohol, the typical proof, usually they're 80 proof. Kavanagh, is it triple distilled? Doesn't say so. It just said traditional distilled, which usually is triple, but they're not specifically stating that, so I'm not going to specifically say that. This is the purple label. There's other labels of this, like a blue label, and I'm not sure what makes them different. Maybe I'll look that up if we have time. So this was $17.99. I got it at Total Wine and More. It was introduced in 2013. Get this thing to focus. Introduced in 2013, and it is produced by the Teeling Distillery. If you check the trademark data on it, the trademark was first used in 2013, and the trademark owner is Teeling Distillery. Okay. Man, if I get this thing to focus. Finally. It's got kind of a three triangle thing linked together, so it's probably triple distilled. But like I say, I don't know. All right. Here's the competitor. The Busker, introduced in 2020. And they had it on closeout last year or early this year. I can't remember. It wasn't. It was around 6 months ago for $10. Now, it just came out in 2020, and Walmart already dumped it for $10. Total Wine doesn't even carry it. That's telling me that's a bad sign, you know. It's produced by Royal Oak Distillery, and then they've got a notice on their website saying we no longer give tours. This distillery is closed to the public. A third bad sign. So I don't know what the future holds for the Busker, but they got all kind of different ones coming out. So I don't see it in my town. It might be sold in your town. Like I said, it was at Walmart, but it got dropped. I don't recall seeing it at Matherns, although I could have overlooked it. Just got it confused and had it wrong. Okay, metal cap. The normal price is, well, it's all over the place. I mean, if you do an online search with different liquor stores, it's as low as 15. They got it down to $15, up to 46, which is outrageously high. 15 is strangely low. So, like I said, this one was $17.99 when I bought it. I think it's going up to $20. Kavanagh. And I believe I noticed that it had the same exact cap design as another Irish whiskey I've got. Doesn't it? Let me see something. I thought that was. No, I'm thinking of something else. But the other thing I'm thinking of is telling me that those other two whiskeys are from the same distillery. But that's another story. Okay, we'll worry about that later. All right, so let's put Kavanagh away over here on this other desk. Hello, says Dam's Lifestyle. Hello to you. Thanks for watching at this very early hour. Need a little tiny bit more to even it out. That's when I run into trouble. I try to even them out, and it's like whoop, 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 whoop. Trying to get it right. All right, but this is it. No more. Standard Irish type bottle. You notice that Scotch similar to that Scotch bottles. kind of bulbous neck. Appearance, yeah, they're about the same, pale gold. You know, the Busker might be a little lighter, but it's so close, it's practically the same. We just call it the same. Hang on. Kavanagh. Oh, they make a Kavanagh Irish cream. Huh, $35. Oh, that's for the big jug bottle. Okay, so Cavanagh Irish whiskey. Okay, it's going up, just like I said, $20, $19.99. San Francisco double gold medal winner. Pretty impressive. Now, if you buy the jug bottle, it's $39.99, the big one. And so you save money per ounce. So if you're going to buy it and drink it, and I'm telling you, it's pretty good, you may as well buy the big bottle because you're going to save money in the long run. Not initially, but in the long run. Now, yeah, the blue label is the single malt. Cavanagh single malt. $36.99. Much more expensive. The single grain, the red label, okay, here we go, is $33.99. Now, the funny thing about it, they're actually kind of like charging you more for less. These companies are slick. They are slick. See what they're doing. For $19.99, they're selling you the blended. It's getting daylight outside. That's why I don't have the light on. We'll see. It'll get brighter and brighter as I talk. Daniel says tequila seltzers are weak. Okay, thank you for telling me that. It's not related to this hangout though. But anyway, this review. So they selling the blended, which is a blend of grain whiskey and single malt whiskey together for $19.99. Okay. Got to make sure you blend it correctly so it'll taste okay. But then they're taking the single malt that they would put in the blend and they're selling it alone for twice the price or almost twice the price. And then they're taking that grain alcohol, grain whiskey, aged grain whiskey, and selling that for $14 more per bottle and the other one for $16 more per bottle. Now, how is that a value? See, so you say, oh, but it's single grain. Okay, it's a grain, corn liquor by itself. Big deal. And then they got the single malt, that component by itself. But then they put them together, mix them up at a certain ratio, probably 3-to-1, and then, or could be 4-to-1. And you saying, oh yeah, it's way better. It really is it better? Okay. I mean, that's way worse. People will say that's worse. It's worse to mix them up, but yet that's a common thing. And, it's the most popular type. So I don't know. It'd be like having an egg salad sandwich, but you selling the eggs separately for a lot more. And then you selling the bread over here for a lot more. But if you put the bread and the egg salad between the bread slices, then you charge half the price. So well, that's insanity. I know. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. But anyway, would I like to try the single grain and the single malt? I mean, I guess I'm trying them now, but they're just mixed together. I don't, but maybe there's something to it that I'm not getting. Something I'm not grasping or whatever. They do the same thing with Gentleman Jack. They take Jack Daniel's, sell it for $23. But then they filter it a second time. And like they told us on the tour, it's like taking a tea bag and using it a second time, getting a lot weaker tea. And they sell a second one for $29. So you sell the inferior one for a higher price. It's single barrel, the same thing. People say, oh, single barrel. Like they tell you on the tour at Buffalo Trace. It's just a single barrel. They just grab one and say, this one tastes good. Let's sell it and charge $59.99. But if we blend different barrels together, we'll charge $24. even though they might be blending and getting a better product, theoretically. This smells, this smells like grain and malt, barley malt. It just smells like malty grain, which is what it is. And although the grains a lot of times is unmalted, they're unmalted grain, just like corn. Just corn. I ate corn this morning. Grits, which is just pulverized corn. I had white grits, though they use yellow. I'm pretty sure. Don't have to. It's not a law. All right, so that's it just tastes like, smell like grain. Same thing over here. Fermented distilled grains, multigrain. You say, all right, you're just saying it smells like cereal drink, a cereal drink. Yeah, exactly. That's what it smelled like. Aftershock was good with agave nectar. Okay, well, let's stick to this. And, I had a horse one time on Coney Island. Got hit by a car. So, All right, anyway, let's go to the taste. Yeah, Irish whiskey kind of tastes the same, which is a good thing because I like the flavor, but that's a personal opinion, obviously. It just tastes like a multi-grain liquid with a lot of bread, though. Irish whiskey would be very bready. The only one that's smoky that I've ever had was the Drum Castle. It's an oddity. It's non-standard. You might consider it a detractor, like say, oh no, it's not proper Irish whiskey. It shouldn't have peaty smoke, so we're gonna mark it down. Okay, that's cool, but I don't mark it down for that. It's just something different. Everything you get kind of tired of the monotony of the same, the same old thing again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Yeah, it's like a little harsher. This one's like a little bitey. Now they're talking about triple cask, triple smooth. Yeah, really? Triple smooth. I don't know about that. I'm starting to get some little twangy flavors, which I'm thinking is coming from that Marsala wine barrel. And they also use sherry wine casks and ex-bourbon casks. Triple cask. Ex-bourbon, ex-sherry wine, ex-Marsala wine. Then they blend it all together, tie it all up, put a bow on it, and sell it. All right. You say that doesn't mean it's going to be better just because they use 3 different casks. That's true. It's a way to differentiate the product. But I'm not saying they did it just for a gimmick to say, oh, look, 3 different casks. I'm just saying it could be that, or they just found that it made it more interesting, a better product. All we know for the Kavanagh is that oak cask. Oak. That's all it says. Matured in oak cask. You said, what kind of oak? Could be new oak. Could be used oak of some sort. Could be ex wine barrels, ex brandy barrels, ex bourbon barrels. They're not specific, so we just do not know. It's like people coming on here talking about, I'm drinking this Buffalo Trace whiskey. It's from mash bill number 1. And I'm like, well, how do you know that? You just said that the company does not release their mash bills. So how do you know it's from number 1? Oh, well, I was reading the Whiskey Gospel. Yeah, well, how did they know? He knew a guy in the industry. Oh, he knew a guy in the industry. So just because somebody's saying this and they heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend doesn't make it, it's not a legitimate source. Like the IBUs on the beer, they say, oh, it's this bitterness unit. How you know it's 25? I read it on Untappd. Where'd they get the information? I don't know. What does the website for the company say? Nothing. What does the bottle or can say? Oh, they don't list it. Oh, okay. So how you know it's 25 IBUs? Well, somebody put it up there. Okay. Somebody put it up there. Great. It's great. Havana's great. This one has a fruitiness to it. Fruitiness, strangely. Um, like grapes. Green grapes. Now you say, oh no, you're going over the edge. Now you're just going crazy. I don't think so. I just find it has sugar. These whiskeys always taste sugary to me, but it's like a grape sugar thing. Just got that body. You see, I think the Busker got that body. It's maybe a little heavy body, and I think that might be turning people off. And I think that's why Total Wine and More does not sell it if they ever did. And I think that's why Walmart cut it and got it out the store. I really don't know, but I mean, you could start putting pieces of information together and make an understanding of it. That's inductive reasoning, right? Take different bits of information, put them together, and sort of kind of reach a conclusion. So that's the inductive reasoning that I'm using, right? Walmart drops it. Total Wine doesn't have it listed. I don't see it anywhere. It's only been out 3 years. That's like the distillery is announcing on their website they no longer give tours. That's, you say, but the conclusion could be wrong. It could be wrong. It could be misinterpreting the facts I'm gathering together. But I don't think I am. You say, no, they're going low, they're going underground. They don't want people to buy it. They're going to come back with a big splash later. Oh, yeah, okay. Hey, I'm glad I caught it at the right time. I walked in Walmart, they had it for $10. If I'd have walked in 2 days later, I would have never bought it because it would have been gone. They're not going to take a $30 whiskey and drop it to $10 and you're going to see it in a week. No, I don't think so. You're not going to see it in 2 days. When Walmart does these blowout sales, it's gone. Don't matter what the product is. No matter how nasty it is. But, most of these, they're not nasty. They're just not as good as other. It's just like a level of good, very good, excellent, most excellent. You really don't find nasty whiskey or gin. But I missed out on the Myers is they dropped that to $9. So that was going in a flash. I bet it didn't last 24 hours. I bet you when they put that Myers is dark black, it was black rum, not dark rum, it's black. Why it's gotta be black? It's black rum. That's a classic from way back, over 100 years ago. 150. Yeah, it's like 150 years ago. Man, look, they put that on $9. That shelf was empty so quickly. All right. So I'm not going to catch them all, but I've been catching a lot of good deals. Yeah. So I think this is the Busker. Is it better? It's no better or worse. It's just a little different. Is the Kavanagh fine to buy? Yeah, it's fine. Is it worth $19.99? I guess so, because you can't really buy Irish whiskey for less than $19.99 unless you go to Albertsons right now and get the Drum Castle for $14.99, which is an unusually low price for Irish whiskey. So if I was looking to buy Irish whiskey, and I'm not really looking to do that because I got a good little back stock, but if I was to drink it, which I never drink whiskey anyway, I just do taste challenges, true story, no matter what you believe. But yeah, I would just get the Drum Castle. Is it the greatest thing? No, clearly it is not. Is it a good product for $14.99? You best to believe it. You best to believe it. Now, it's Memorial Day weekend, and we in the anti-war world are really going to be out there preaching that gospel of the good news of the anti-war movement. So like you're going to see all the posts on Facebook and Instagram and all that about the empty booths in the graveyards, the cemeteries, and the flags and the patriotism. And we're all patriotic, and we're very patriotic here on this channel. But my alternative channel is called Anti-War, and there's a reason for that. So we're saying in our movement, we're saying you wouldn't need a Memorial Day if you hadn't gotten yourself involved in all these ridiculous wars. You see, wars that you chose to get involved in. So, I mean, it's like you're saying, well, I'm covered with sores, I'm itching. Well, no one, you chose to climb all in the poison oak. I have a friend, one time we were on a trail by the Mississippi River, long trail too, nice. And he says, I said, whoa, stop, I'm not crossing that. He said, well, a tree fell down over the trail, we just climbed over the tree. I said, no. That's poison oak. It's covered with poison. But he just defied me and said, like, you don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing wrong with that stuff. I said, well, go ahead and climb all in it. I'll backtrack and go way around, meet you way on the other side, which I had to do. Go way down, back on the trip, out to the levee, walk on the levee immediately. And he's like, you just telling me I'm difficult. You don't know how to cooperate and so forth. I'm like, go ahead, say what you want. Now, a day later, he's calling me up talking about, oh man, I'm itching like crazy. I use all these ointments and it's really bad. I said, well, maybe you could learn next time you see this, and I'm telling you it's poison oak. Maybe you don't climb all in it. And that's the lesson, like with the what I'm saying about Memorial Day. If you don't get in it, then you don't have to memorialize it. You see what I'm saying? And you can go through each of these wars back to 1775, and you can say, no, it didn't need to be fought. 1812, no, it didn't need to be fought. 1848, 46. No, actually, it didn't need to be fought. You just go through each one, and people will get. Now, if they start calling you names, then they don't know what they're talking about. They're lost in, not lost in space, lost on Earth. Now, if they can talk intelligently and make their case, which they can't, but let's say they try, give a good attempt, then you can have a discussion. But typically, the default American or British way of discussing a topic like, say, World War II is to scream, holler, and call people names. Which, in my opinion, does not back up your point, does not bolster your argument. And you know what I'm saying? Now, these whiskeys here, you notice I didn't raise my voice, didn't scream, holler, call anybody names. I just said, here's this one, here's that one. I'm tasting it. I actually, in this case, don't really prefer one or the other. I just think they're different, slightly, not really. And I would just buy whatever one's, honestly, I would just get whatever one's cheaper. So if you saw Kavanagh for $19.99 and you saw the Busker for $18.99, which is possible, because like I said, I got it for $10, which is amazing. But just get the one that's cheaper. Yeah, neither one of these is like particularly remarkable. Sorry, Busker. I know you got the 3 casks, and it is unique though in a way, but it doesn't mean it's remarkable in the sense that it's like something you just gotta have. You know what I mean? No, I mean you could have it, but you don't have to have it. In the whiskey world. All right. It's not like Eagle Rare where like you really need to try it. You gotta have it. Oh man. So I think this is Kavanagh. Shockingly, get out of my face. It's the Busker. So, well, I got it wrong, but at least I was saying all through the video that they're not really that different one to the other. So, when they're kind of alike, then you can get kind of screwed up on your taste challenge. So, yeah, the Busker hasn't been performing that well, but then I didn't have really any expectation that it was going to be a standout, and it hasn't been. So now we just trudge on, just keep working through it. Tomorrow we'll try to do Doohan's. Now Doohan's kind of bready, but it's not too remarkable actually. So it's going to be another one of these, schlub videos. It doesn't accomplish a whole lot, but we try and, all right. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.